Let me say that I've been looking at this tree for 27 years. It's the first treasure that we identified on this piece of ground when we were looking around to buy it back in '76. That's 20, 27, 28 years. And it showed a lot better off in the distance 20 minutes ago, didn't it? When it was a little darker. I guess we ought to try to get that metal wedge on the side out and move it up the log. So I set out to make treasured objects out of simple tools. And we got some simple tools here. We got our wedge and we got our lever. This is the lever here. Are there any wheels in the picture here, Miles? You don't have to talk. Hit the wedge. Take the back one out and move it up front. That's it. Boy, Mike, I wish you'd have been there at Howard Groner's. God dang, was that a story to tell. This old man is 92 years old. The tree's about as old as he is. It's growing outside the house he was born in. He just wanted $100 for it. He really didn't care much about anything else. The first time I went to look at it was 9 years ago. He answered my ad in a newspaper. At that time, I wasn't willing to give him $100 for it. But we parted friends. He called my ad in a newspaper again a couple years ago. Asked me if I was the same guy that came out there and looked at it before. I said I was. I recognized his voice on the phone immediately. It was funny. I had his phone number, and I was meaning to call him up. We got it now.
Did you show him the chair you made from the tree?
No, he wasn't interested in any chairs at all. He didn't want to look at anything but Ben Franklin. I told him I'd give him a rocking chair for that walnut tree, just to show how tunnel visioned he was. And he said, "No, come on, Howard, you won't trade me a rocking chair for that tree?" "Nope, I'd just rather have the money."
Well, maybe we could take a chair and show him when you get one done.
Yeah, you never know.
See what he says. He's still here.
He's over in Perks. And he's a real interesting old guy. Boy, he had so many stories to tell. Now we want to... Here, try this on these two here. The trouble with taking the saw in here is it throws shit all over the place, and then you can't see what's going on down in the crack. Although at this point, I imagine that's pretty academic. You want to do this, son? What do you want to do?
Go home.
Well, I guess you got your 2 hours then, huh? Like this. Take it like this. Boy, that orange sure looks good.
Grape fruit.
What are we leaving behind? Here's the problem because we're having to throw it uphill into the truck. And I'm sorry I wasn't able to put the truck downhill as I would well, but yeah. Put that one right next to it, Chris, and I'll pull them up from here while you push. Rolling there, Mike?
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You taking that? Yeah, you're gonna have to walk, but that's not far. You know, I learn as I go on this darn thing, and I'm trying something a little different here. Well, this isn't really different. It's just I'm adjusting the attitude on this bottom mortise. All my references are to the center of the earth. This line down the middle here is plumbness. It's straight up and down, and then the deviation from that is what I call the attitude. In the particular mortise, I used to make them this way, and now I'm making them that way. And it fits the this part of the body here a little bit better, is what I'm hoping. This is number 2. So I'm down to number 1. If you can bear with me, I'll make these mark one more time, and then I'll be off to the next process. Yeah, it's got a little bit of a hump in the middle. I put a straight edge across there, and if I know that I've got them all straight down there on the bottom, then I can come up here and make my marks. And it's very fun, this job here. I only get to do this 3, 4, 5 times a year. You know, this is a big, pretty sizable body of work that I'm working on here. These are John Bannock's chairs. It's important to have this all lined up before I come over here putting them on the drill press, because drill a hole in the wrong place. Got to start over. At this point, I've got a lot invested in these little sticks of firewood, so I want to try to keep them alive. There's the front legs, pretty much ready for hole drilling. This system that I invented here, and I really like it. Okay, so now I'm ready to drill some holes. I think the bench is just a little bit higher in this new location. I think I'm slightly. Supposed to have a wedge under here. And in the old days, it was so temperature sensitive that you had to have your pot of glue heating on the fire. You couldn't use it unless you heated it up first. Modern science has allowed us to bottle it and sell it in a way that it doesn't have to be heated before you use it, but it does have to be warm. It can't be cold like the temperature outside. It's probably feels to me like it's below 30 right now, and that's not a good temperature for hide glue to just sit there and do what you want it to. The water's getting a little bit hot in here. I'm going to throw a little bit of snow in it, if you'll excuse me, because I can't be sticking my hands in the water when it's too boiling hot. There, go. Yeah, I can stick my hand in there, just barely. Let's see, I got a pan around here that's got glue on it. Alright. Oh, I didn't mark my depth on here. I think I'm going to do that. It really does make it easier to know where you're at on these. If we make a mark on here at a known spot. I try to be consistent about drilling my holes so deep And by making a little mark like this when I'm clamping it up, I can know for sure if it's time to stop clamping.